I don't like to see happiness sometimes.
Okay, guys, let me just make this clear. You will never quite figure out women. That is just how it's going to go because women have something called the ick. So if it's something you do or say that they find to be unattractive, well, guess what? If you do it once, you will never be considered in their eyes as a prospect for a hookup or a relationship to go even a step further. But this one really just had me shaking my head because listen to what one woman in New York City had to say about what gives her the ick when it comes to a guy.
I don't like to see happiness sometimes. I don't know. I just saw a man like smiling, like, you know, after a party when you're popping balloons and like he was popping the balloon and he was like playing with it before he popped it. And I looked over and I was just like, all the sexual tension leaving the room.
Girl, who hurt you? You're turned off by a guy because he's smiling and he's happy. This one is a whole new level of having me shake my head because for me, I don't like people that are miserable or negative. I would prefer someone that's smiling and happy. So guys, I have no explanation for you here. Good luck to you all.
Most women never consider how much men actually observe before deciding whether to stay. Men see the red flags clearly, the inconsistency, the entitlement, the lack of accountability. And many still choose patience over walking away. But that choice isn't blindness or weakness, it's restraint. And when a man finally decides to leave, it's rarely impulsive. It's the result of watching, weighing, and realizing peace is no longer optional.
So during the pandemic, a friend of mine got laid off from his job, and while everybody else was waiting for stimulus checks, he and his brother started promoting parties at the club. They have an Afro-Caribbean night that really jumped off, and when things turned around after the pandemic, it was so successful that he never actually went back to work. So recently, he and his wife have started arguing about him getting a regular job, and he told his wife he doesn't understand what the big deal is. He made about $63,000 on his regular job. Now he makes about $57,000, but they save money on child care. There's no commuting expense. He doesn't buy lunches every day. He's cooking more at home so they don't have to eat out after everybody gets off work and gets home. And he says it's a better quality of life. And his wife told him it's really not about the money. They can manage the financial deficit. It just really does something to her spirit when she comes home from a hard day of work and see her man laying on the couch. What's your thoughts?
Some people get uncomfortable when they see a man thriving without their approval. He's focused, building wealth, and taking care of his responsibilities, yet somehow that still isn't enough for those who need control rather than contentment. When a man finds peace on his own terms, it exposes who benefits from his dissatisfaction. Real success doesn't ask for permission or applause. And a man who's grounded in his purpose doesn't explain himself to anyone.
After I make my first 2 wishes, I use my
3 in one sitting. Is there any need?
Let's make some magic.
Is it, what is it? Is it that you don't like me enjoying my life or you don't want to see me happy? Which one is it?
I just think
Which one is it?
It's just
I don't drink, I don't go out, I don't party.
So excessive mini roll consumption it is.
Is it the happiness that makes you angry that I'm happy? Is seeing me happy? It's like when I nap. I can't have a nap.
Would you allow a child to have 3?
I'm 40 years old.
But 3 mini rolls is very excessive.
I'll tell you what, if I...
You might as well have bought a whole Swiss roll.
I'm just saying to you...
You might as well have bought a whole Swiss roll.
If I ate them mini rolls and they made me upset, would I be allowed to eat them then? You fucking feed me them, wouldn't you? Anyone else get this? Mrs. Wife just don't want to see him happy.
If you didn't think it was a problem, you wouldn't hide that you did it.
What are you talking about?
Well, you hid your wrappers. You only left one out on the side. You hid the other 2 wrappers in your drawer.
It's not a bottle of vodka, is it? We're not arguing. Your mother just did not like to see me happy.
You're hiding your mini roll addiction.
It's like when I asked to go golf. Your face. When I asked to play golf.
Yeah, because when you go to golf, you go, I'm just playing golf. It'll be really quick. And then you'll message me like hours later, be like, I've only just finished. And I'm like, what do you mean you've only just finished? Have you done 18 holes and then you go?
Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to do
oh,
18.
oh, yeah.
I'm only allowed to do 9.
Oh yeah.
Because 18 is too much happiness.
Well-
9 is just a bit of happiness.
No.
If I come back too happy, she's angry.
Okay.
She's angry.
Okay,
I've
no.
always got to make sure. Do you know? Does
It's
anyone
the
else
fact
do
that
this?
you don't
Does
tell-
anyone else do this? Does anyone else have to say that they don't really fancy going golf, but their mates are forcing them? Because if they show too much excitement about going golf, the missus will kick off. Anyone else?
No, you just don't tell me when you're doing 18 holes. Whereas if it was okay and you weren't being cheeky, you just said,
Cheeky! To fucking enjoy my life.
we've got 3 kids, man.
This is a good one. If you're ever bored, lads, just let me.
Listen.
Can I not talk now?
No.
Because I enjoy talking.
No.
Is it because I'm enjoying myself making content that I can't?
No, golfers, right, had 9 holes to start with, clearly, and then they just thought, you know what, should we not go home? Let's go round again. And then decided somewhere.
Yeah, what do you think that is?
let's-
Because this is at home. Because this is at home.
Well, what a boring life.
What I'm trying to say is, lads, if you're ever bored, right, and you can't think of anything to do, right, here's a little pro tip for you. If you want to find something to do if you're bored, right, just sit down and relax for 5 minutes, yeah? Look like you're enjoying yourself, right? And she will come flying in. She will ask you what you're doing, even though she can visually see it, and she'll find something for you to do.
Listen.
That's another. Here we go. Look, another little pro. Can you notice that I'm in my chair? This is my
No,
relaxing
that's not-
chair.
no, it's
This is my
not.
relaxing chair in
That is my
in my.
breastfeeding chair. That is my breastfeeding chair. Why you sat on your little phone earlier this morning and I sat in it on my own? You was like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, because I was making the bed.
No, you wasn't.
I was making
I made the bed and you lay on it.
Fuck yeah.
I made the bed.
That's what
and you
happens
lay
these
on
days.
it.
You got to buy the bed and make it. You know what I'm saying? Ow! Physical violence. Physical violence. Ow! On camera! Ow! Lads, if you want to get out and play golf and stuff like that, pretend you say you hate it, say you never want to play golf again. And come back from golf, pretend you've been injured, right, and just say, I hate golf.
You don't even like
I
golf.
hate golf. Yeah, see, I've been saying
You
it.
don't like it.
And then every now and then she's
You've
like,
got all
I
the
want to
kids,
punish him.
you've got no
I want to
idea.
punish him. I'm going to send him to golf.
Oh.
You know them chocolate rolls? Hate them. Hate them. You watch now. She'll be fucking force feeding me in a night.
Hate them when you've got more rolls on your chin.
That's not surprising at all. It's just another clear warning sign. No shock, no outrage, just information. When something reveals itself this openly, the smartest move is to observe, take note, and keep it moving. No need to react emotionally to behavior that explains itself.
Single men are much happier than most people think. In fact, being single is such a relief for most men once they release themselves from that cultural paradigm that they need to have a woman in their life in order to be considered relatively happy. Well, the truth could not be further from the paradigm that we're living in. Men are much happier on their own without a woman in their lives, especially these days. Men right now, even approaching a woman, is a very risky proposition. There's a relatively good chance that whatever you do is going to result in you either being canceled or turned into somebody's TikTok meme or being accused of being a creep or a predator. So why even bother? I mean, there's just way too much risk and way too little reward for most men to justify getting into a serious relationship with a woman. I would suggest that not only is it a bad idea for men to do this, but I think that men will ultimately be way happier on their own when they find their own path and they let go of this idea that they need to have a woman in their lives. Women are much more trouble than they're worth. Now, if you're a man and you're married and you've got a woman in your life, I hope it works out for you. But for those of you who have not found a woman and you feel like you need to, I want to offer this to you as an opportunity to give life a different thought, have a different perspective. Consider the possibility that not having a woman in your life is a blessing, and the opportunity for happiness for you is just as great or greater than any married man could be. So let's talk about it. We all get one life to live, and finding happiness is elusive enough as it is. But when men are facing bigotry from women that is endorsed and accepted by society as a whole, it makes it even more difficult. And so endeavoring to build relationships with women for many men is becoming less and less of an option. Men going their own way is just the natural order of things. And there's an enormous amount of fulfillment and opportunity for men out there on their own. And in fact, in many ways, women are a hindrance to men's happiness. It's our belief and idea that we need to have a woman in our life that has been the historical norm and the paradigm that we have been living under for such a long time, that breaking free of that paradigm and exploring our happiness and our independence and our ability to find meaning in our lives without the burden of having to care for a woman is just a great opportunity. So don't feel for a moment that you're not complete as a man just because you're not married or you don't have a full-time woman in your life. Because women are just one thing. They're just one option. And for those of you guys who are happily married, good for you.
Sometimes the clearest truth sounds uncomfortable, especially when it cuts through modern dating illusions. In today's climate, this might be the most grounded and logical take on what it really means to pursue a relationship with a woman. There's no bitterness here, just realism, boundaries, and emotional discipline. Men who see this clearly stop chasing narratives that don't serve them. They move with purpose instead of pressure. And that quiet clarity is exactly what keeps them calm, centered, and unbothered.
I don't want to sound harsh by saying this, but men don't want extra drama that they don't need in their life. Men would rather be alone than with a woman who brings nothing more than drama into his life. And no, this doesn't mean that you can't come to him with your problems. This doesn't mean that you can't go to him when you're feeling bad or when you're feeling upset. This just means if that is all you're bringing to the relationship, it is simply not enough, especially for a good man who's going places in his life. If you want to lock down an amazing guy who has all the qualities you're looking for, who is driven, who is ambitious, who's going places in life, you need to be the kind of woman that he would want to be with. And the kind of woman he would want to be with is a woman who is self-controlled, who is emotionally stable, and who's able to support him and put him first in difficult times and not only come to him with all of your drama. You need to learn to be careful with what you say, when you say it, and how you say it. And remember that you need to bring assets into his life that are more than just your looks if you want to be with a man that is going places in life.
Men aren't complicated. They're selective about what they allow into their lives. A grounded man values peace above noise and refuses to invite unnecessary chaos into his world. He doesn't chase drama, and he doesn't negotiate his boundaries. A high-quality man chooses a partner who brings clarity, respect, and stability, not emotional friction. If the connection costs him his calm, it's already too expensive. Peace isn't optional, it's the standard. If the message hit, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.